Let me guess, you feel stuck. Every January, you set the exact same resolutions, riding a wave of motivation that feels amazing for about 2 weeks. And then, like clockwork, February hits, and you're right back where you started. Same habits, same patterns, same life. It's beyond frustrating, isn't it? To feel like you're spinning your wheels, watching another year disappear without the growth or the peace of mind you're desperately searching for. You might even be telling yourself that real, lasting change just isn't in the cards for you. But what if the problem isn't you? What if it's not about willpower at all? What if you've just been using the wrong playbook? The ancient Stoics, a fascinating crew of emperors, playwrights, and former slaves, left behind a kind of secret code for building a life that doesn't crumble under pressure. They knew that real transformation isn't about big, flashy gestures. It's about building an unshakable foundation inside yourself. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 Stoic truths that will ensure 2026 is the year you finally break that cycle. These aren't just feel-good ideas. They're a practical roadmap to becoming a calmer, stronger, and more focused person. This is the year you stop hoping for change and start building it brick by brick. The first truth is the absolute bedrock of Stoicism: wisdom. Now, this isn't about being a genius or winning trivia night. Stoic wisdom is much more practical. It's the sharp, clear ability to separate what you can control from what you can't. It's about seeing reality for what it is, without the filter of your fears, hopes, or ego. The philosopher Epictetus put it perfectly. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Think about it. Most of our stress comes from trying to manage things we have zero power over. What people think of us, the economy, traffic, the weather. We burn ourselves out fighting battles we were never meant to win. Imagine a big project at work goes south. The default reaction? Blame your boss, your lazy coworker, or the crazy deadline, all external. The Stoic, however, uses wisdom to zoom in on what was actually in their control: their effort, their attitude, how they communicated, and most importantly, how they choose to respond to the failure right now. By focusing their energy there, a setback becomes a masterclass in resilience. Your practical action for this truth is to start a daily control audit. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes and answer a version of Seneca's classic question: what weakness did I challenge today? What good habit did I strengthen? Write down one thing that happened that was outside your control, and then write down how you chose to respond to it. This simple habit retrains your brain to focus on where your real power lies. The second truth is courage. We tend to think of courage as some grand, heroic act on a battlefield, but for the Stoics, courage is a daily, often quiet virtue. It's not about being fearless. It's about acting on your principles despite your fear. It's the mental toughness to face discomfort and your own weak spots without flinching. Every single day offers a chance for a small act of courage. Speaking up honestly when it would be easier to stay silent, finally starting that task you've been dreading, or setting a firm boundary with someone. These moments feel uncomfortable. Our gut instinct is to run back to what's easy. But Stoicism teaches that growth only happens in the face of resistance. As Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. He meant that every obstacle is a secret training opportunity, a rude comment, a chance to practice patience, a project failing, a chance to practice creativity, a personal screw-up, a chance to practice humility. Life isn't about dodging challenges. It's about using them as a gym for your character. A powerful way to apply this is something the Stoics called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This isn't about being a pessimist. It's about being a strategist. Think of an entrepreneur. Instead of fearing failure, they anticipate it. What if the product launch bombs? What if a key client walks? By thinking through the worst-case scenarios, they can build contingency plans and, crucially, mentally prepare themselves to handle it with strength, not panic. Your practical action is to do one hard thing every day. Pick a small, voluntary discomfort and walk right into it. It could be a 30-second cold shower, a practice some modern Stoics swear by. It could be making that phone call you've been putting off. It could be doing a tough workout when you feel exhausted. This isn't self-punishment. It's systematically expanding your comfort zone and proving to yourself that you are tougher than your excuses. The third truth is temperance or self-discipline. In a world that's constantly screaming for more stuff, more distraction, more noise, temperance is the quiet rebellion of self-control. It's about finding peace, not by getting more, but by wanting less. As Seneca famously said, the greatest wealth is a poverty of desires. This isn't about living a miserable, deprived life. It's about being intentional. Temperance is having the wisdom to know what's truly essential for a good life and the discipline to cut out the junk. It's choosing an hour of deep, focused work over scrolling through social media. It's choosing a healthy meal over the fleeting sugar rush. It's choosing to save for your future over an impulse buy you don't really need. Marcus Aurelius would often cut through the noise by asking himself a simple question before acting. Is this necessary? Just think about how much of our modern anxiety comes from things that are completely unnecessary. We're drowning in information, commitments, and possessions that add complexity but zero value. A perfect modern example of temperance is a digital detox. For one evening a week, or even just for the last hour before bed, put all your screens away. The first few times will feel weird. You'll feel that phantom buzz in your pocket, that twitchy urge to scroll. But by resisting it, you carve out space for better things. Reading a book, having a real conversation, or just sitting with your own thoughts. You reclaim your focus and prove that you own your technology, not the other way around. Your practical action for this truth is to practice saying no once a day to something non-essential. Say no to that second helping you don't need. No to watching just one more episode, or no to a social event that you know will just drain you. Every time you say no, you strengthen that muscle of self-discipline. The fourth Stoic truth is justice. This is another one that's easily misunderstood. It's not just about laws and courtrooms. For the Stoics, justice is a personal virtue about how we treat other people, with fairness, respect, and a sense of shared duty. It's about recognizing our role in the human community. Marcus Aurelius put it beautifully when he said, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." He saw humanity as a single organism, and a good life couldn't be lived selfishly. Our own growth is tied directly to how we contribute to the well-being of others. Practicing justice means seeing yourself as a citizen of the world. It's acting with kindness when no one's watching, being honest in your business deals, and offering help without expecting a thank you. In a world that often pushes a me-first agenda, practicing Stoic justice is a radical act of connection. It shifts your entire focus from "what can I get" to "what can I give?" This is how we find our purpose, not by looking inward, but by contributing outward. Think about it in the workplace. A manager practicing justice doesn't just bark orders. They serve their team. They take the blame for failures, pass along the credit for wins, and build an environment of trust. They act with integrity, not because they're afraid of getting caught, but because it's who they are. Your practical action here is to do one small, positive thing for someone else each day, with zero expectation of getting anything in return. Let a car merge in front of you in traffic. Give a genuine compliment to a coworker. Send a text to a friend you haven't heard from in a while. These small acts reinforce your character and connect you to a purpose bigger than your own daily struggles. The final truth isn't really a separate virtue at all. It's the master key that locks the other four into place: daily reflection. The Stoics weren't just thinkers, they were doers. They knew that virtue isn't something you learn once. It's something you practice and review, day in and day out. This is exactly why that New Year's resolution made on January 1st is dead by February 1st. It's a spark of intention with no system to keep it alive. The Stoics built the system right into their daily routine. At the end of each day, Seneca would essentially conduct a performance review with himself, asking, "What bad habit did I fight today? What fault did I resist? In what way am I a better person?" This nightly check-in isn't about beating yourself up. It's an honest, objective look in the mirror. It's where you ask, did I use wisdom today and focus on what I control? Did I choose courage over comfort? Did I practice temperance, choosing the essential over the excessive? Did I act with justice and contribute to the good of others? This daily practice is what turns a flimsy resolution into a new identity. You're no longer just trying to be more courageous. You're reviewing your day through the lens of a courageous person. This is how you build what the Stoics called the inner citadel, an internal fortress that stays strong no matter what chaos is happening on the outside. Your practical action is to schedule this reflection. For just 10 minutes before bed, sit down with a journal and review your day. Don't judge, just observe. Note where you lived up to your values and where you fell short. Then, set one simple intention for tomorrow. This quiet, consistent practice is the engine of real, lasting change. These 5 truths aren't a quick fix. They're a timeless operating system for a meaningful life. They take work, but they deliver results. If this philosophy makes sense to you, and if you're ready to make 2026 the year you finally build a life on your own terms, then like this video and subscribe for more practical wisdom. Most importantly, make a commitment to yourself. Go down to the comments right now and write, "I am the architect of my 2026. Multitin." It's a declaration to yourself and to this community that you are ready to do the work. You're standing at the start of a new year. You can walk the same road you've always walked and just hope you end up somewhere different. Or you can choose the path of the Stoics, a path of wisdom, courage, discipline, and justice, all guided by daily reflection. This isn't the easy path, but it is the path of strength. It's not about changing your circumstances, it's about changing yourself so you can handle any circumstance. The power to transform your life isn't waiting for you in a date on the calendar. It's in your choices, right here, right now. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. As Marcus Aurelius urged himself, be your own savior while you can. The tools are in your hands. The path is clear. Your 2026 is not up to fate or luck. It's a structure you will build, one day at a time. Make it a masterpiece.